Good job. Thank you. Now we for your cooperation. Keep your on. Thank you.
And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
So they just launched a merge site to support Karmelo. I'm giving you guys the most honest take on the internet. If this was my son and I thought he was done wrong and I thought he was innocent, yeah, of course I would do everything they doing. The problem is what it appeared to have happened is egregious. This is not a kid that's a good kid. Maybe he's a good kid that's at a track meet minding his business and a bunch of white boys jumping and he stabbed one of them. This is not that scenario. It appears to me, based on the totality of circumstances, that he was in the wrong. That boy took somebody's life. They ain't never gonna get their kid back ever because somebody else's kid took a knife to a track meet and decided that he was gonna sit under somebody's tent. And when asked to leave, he said, "No, I'm gonna kill you if you touch me." That's essentially what he said. Black people, the ones who are like this, not the ones who like me and they got a common sense. I'm talking about the ones who think this is okay. Do you realize that you are headed down a path of destruction that can never be recovered? I hope that black people understand this. When you are out here making a merch site, doing a GoFundMe for a kid that killed somebody, and won't do a merch site and a GoFundMe for a kid that was killed by somebody, you headed down the wrong mother freaking path. When you go to a Planned Parenthood more than anybody else, when your communities are failing and ratchet as a mother, when the education system in the inner city communities, primarily in black communities, are dismal, when y'all voting at 90% for one candidate and still lost in a landslide victory, historic landslide victory, when your murder rate amongst intraracial conflict is far beyond anybody else's, when the incarceration rate is where it's at, when the obesity rate, heart disease, diabetes, you name it, is running rampant amongst African Americans in this country, when you got all this going against you and you think this okay, if you don't change, you are going to be irrelevant.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, what's going on, family? We're gonna do just a quick one tonight. I'm not gonna make this one too long. You know, I know how a lot of you are feeling about what is taking place, not just today, but just in the last couple of weeks, man. It's been crazy, man. And again, I've read some of the worst comments. I've been called out of my name. I've been called this and that, you know, but hey, I'm used to it. Being a black conservative, being a black Trumper, you know, I get called all kind of things. C words, the sellouts, it's, you know, bootlicker, Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, all kind of stuff, man. You know, racist, Ricks are racist. But before we get into today's video, I want to say, like I always said, one love to the human race. We all got something in common. That blood is red. One love to the human race, man. I know a lot of the people on the other side, the black community, the BLM, scam, frauds, don't want to hear it, but hey, one love to the human race, man. Don't give a damn what your skin color is, what you look like, where you come from, what your tattoo. If you got tattoos, no tattoos, if you got a bald head or a head full of hair. If you're a man or a woman, there's two genders. If you're a man or a woman. I don't care. I'm wishing the best for you, your family, your friends, the neighbors, and the strangers around the world in this corrupt scam matrix, in this fast time travel that we live in, man. We're living in some of the darkest times, man. I believe the end days, the dark times, man. I'm telling you. A lot of people don't know what to believe anymore. It's sad, man. The way they do God's name, they turn God's name into a money laundering scam. Politicians play in your face. Black Lives Matter scam. Frauds went out and bought houses and cars. That's the same what they do. That's what they do, man. Now I know they come out on this report about them spending. They have a $900,000 home and buying cars. I'm not saying that, you know. But if any of those allegations or any of those statements were true, we would. Like I said in my previous video, I wouldn't be surprised. Because honestly, that's what our community does, man. And we got black on black crime. We don't ever want to build with one another. We want to destroy each other, kill each other. It's just out there, man. This is just facts. And a lot of people now, they don't want to hear the facts. They don't care about the facts. I'm just trying to figure out why was a knife at a track meet. Again, former student athlete myself. Star athlete, high school star athlete. I ran track. You had to be, like I say, when we grew up, and this was just a couple years ago. I'm 25. If you were on varsity, you had to run track to play. That's what our coaches made us do. If you didn't run track and you were on varsity, coach said you will be replaced. We had to run track. So we had to go to all the track meets. I had to do the 100, 200, sometimes the 400 out of breath, running my butt off. The shot put, I did it all, man. I went through the exact same process as these young gentlemen. And that kid should still be alive to this day. Should still be alive. As we look at this, or what's all come out on witness statements and everything, But what really breaks my heart today is seeing Austin Metcalf's father being escorted out. I know you've seen it when the video started. He got escorted out today, and this has broke the internet, broke the news. I mean, it's sad, man. And seeing this father being walked out like that, after he's already forgiven. And like a lot of you guys said in the previous videos, he's a better Christian than me. The man forgave. He said, don't politicize, don't make this into a race. Don't do this. Don't. He said it, man. I will pull it. We'll even pull it up. And my heart breaks for this father, man. But what if this was all reversed? And what if skin color had nothing to do? What if we just take away the skin color? I wonder how this would all be if we took away the skin color. Or if we just reversed it.
It's very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I have compassion for every human being. I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online that people say there was this fight and They don't know. They weren't there.
And I know y'all see all these reports, and here's the father right here. We'll show the video again, you know. And at the end of the video, he was, you know, talking to the officers and shook their hands. I love seeing that, man. We love our law enforcement. We have a lot of law enforcement on the channel, first responders, paramedics, you know, firefighters, veterans. We have a lot of amazing people on this channel, man. I want to say thank you. We love you. Thank you for your service. Shout out to all the brave men and women out there. Yes, indeed, man. I know they with the times we're living in and everything that takes place, they've given, you know, and again, there are bad apples. There are bad apples. We're not going to run away from that. You know, there are bad apples, but they've given these people a bad name, man. You know, we don't want to take accountability. You know, most of the time we're in the wrong. We show no respect. We have no respect. We can be going 100, like I say, 100 miles per hour, drunk as hell, 100 miles per hour, and we get pulled over and say, "What did I do wrong?" We want to argue. We don't want to give our driver's license. We don't want to, you know. This is. I'm being real. Black community, we what we do? Blame the white man. I can't get up for work on time. It's the white man's fault. I get fired from my job because I've been late 20 times in the past 3 months. I get fired. It's the white man's fault. It's because my manager's white. Oh, it's the white people's fault. You know, I can't lose weight. It's the white people's fault. The white man's putting extra calories in my extra carbohydrates and sodium and sugar in my hamburger. It's the white people's fault. I know y'all laugh when I say stuff like that, but it's honest. I'm being honest, man. I know a lot of people don't want to come on here and be honest with you, you know. And again, I get called all kind of things. They're going to call me a racist. They're going to call me a sellout. And you know what? I don't care. It's real, man. I got love for everybody. I love my black people just as I love my white people. I don't see skin color, man. But it's honestly sad what we have in this country right now, man. And what they've turned this into be, you know. Like I said in a previous video, these are the Democrats' heroes. We praise killers and illegal criminals. Can't tell you what a woman is anymore. We don't even know what a woman is anymore. That's what the Democrats say. They don't even know what a woman is. They love terrorist supporters. I mean, it's sad, man. We're living in some pathetic times. And we had we got a Texas, a well-known Texas defense attorney, and he said this will be the outcome. This is what he says, and he's a Texas defense attorney. That's what he said.
And having worked on cases, homicide cases, self-defense cases similar to this one, just guesstimating, what do you think the verdict could be? If you feel comfortable.
That's fine. I'll throw it out there because just giving this a bit of thought, I think it goes to trial as a first-degree felony murder case. I think the jury convicts him of manslaughter, and I think he's sentenced to 20 years when this is all done, which would be the max. That's what I see happening here. And a good outcome in the court system is something everybody hates. And I think in this situation, murder's a murder, and nothing will bring Austin Metcalf back. Tragically, his parents are enduring something that is unspeakable, and no parent should have to deal with what these folks, and no brother should have to hold a sibling as they die. It's going to be very difficult to fathom that Karmelo Anthony could completely escape culpability here. Anything could happen.
Being
What a Texas defense attorney said. 20 years. You know. But it's sad what this all played out to be, man. You know. And we have a full-blown race war now. White versus black. I mean, it's just sad, man. It really is. And they're treating this guy like some kind of, you know, look at this. They're treating him like some kind of celebrity.
All right. Come on, man. Just follow back behind us.
You know, like good job. You're the hero. You know, this is.
Why were you armed, sweetheart? Karmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Excuse me.
Why were you armed at school? Then there's more reports coming out. You know, he wasn't supposed to be there. He was supposed to be somewhere else. I mean, these stories, everything that's coming out, it's not looking so well, man. You know, and they kicked the father out. You know, but mind you, this man claims to be a Christian man. Said from his very first interview that he forgives Karmelo. And you know, they're escorting him out right here. I'll show it to you.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
And come to find out, this guy that's speaking.
Wait, don't be asked later.
Has a terrible background, resume. Terrible record. He's been a convicted felon. It's just, you can't make it up. This guy that is speaking for the family.
That was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words.
A disgrace, man. Pathetic.
What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism.
Look how he's speaking.
Look
at his body language.
Conservative operatives that have been posting non-stop about this case.
Pathetic, man. He says it's disrespectful for him coming, but more disrespectful than stabbing his son to death, huh? I understand why white people would be outraged over that. There's the only one man that can stop Carmelo Anthony. Just showing you guys how the internet is responding. You know, Matt Walsh says the next BLM riot will never happen when Carmelo Anthony is convicted of murder and sent to prison for the rest of his life, where he belongs. You know. But I just want to show y'all what's going on, man. Maybe have a little nice, positive conversation. Again, I know we're gonna get those activists, the BLM frauds, and black people in the comment section that they the black DEI activist judge, got to help a brother out, reduces the bond from $1 million to $250,000. You just can't make this stuff up, man. But Officer Tatum said something I really want y'all to hear, because the family and love and people, friends, they're making merch saying "Free Melo." Again, they got to make a profit off of all this. Treat them like some celebrity. They got to make a profit off this, and it's sad. But this is our black community. Like I tell y'all, when it comes to these donations, the funds, what we do, I'm telling y'all, man. We're always looking to make a profit. We always looking to go spend some money and go get a new car, a house. I mean, this is why I'm telling you, when them statements came out, I said, I didn't say they were true, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. Because we seen how the Black Lives Matter scam played out.
So they just launched a merge site to support Karmelo. I'm giving you guys the most honest take on the internet. If if this was my son and I thought he was done wrong and I thought he was innocent, yeah, of course I would do everything they doing. The problem is what it appeared to have happened is egregious. This is not a kid that's a good kid. Maybe he's a good kid that's at a track meet minding his business and a bunch of white boys jump him and then he stabbed one of them. This is not that scenario. It appears to me, based on the totality of circumstances, that he was in the wrong. That boy took somebody's life. They ain't never gonna get their kid back ever because somebody else's kid took a knife to a track meet and decided that he was gonna sit under somebody's tent, and when asked to leave, he said, "No, I'm gonna kill you if you touch me." That's essentially what he said. Black people, the ones who are like this, not the ones who like me and they got a common sense.
Yeah, we got common sense, and there's tons of blacks on the channel that have common sense, man. So a lot of blacks on here. You'd be surprised how diverse it is on this channel. And I'm telling you, and most of them are conservatives. We even have some that came from the left. They used to have that liberal mindset, and they switched over. But the man, he was in the wrong.
I'm talking about the ones who think this is okay. Do you realize that you are headed down a path of destruction that can never be recovered? I hope that black people understand this. When you are out here making a merch site, doing a GoFundMe for a kid that killed somebody, and won't do a merch site and a GoFundMe for a kid that was killed by somebody, you headed down the wrong mother freaking path. When you go to a Planned Parenthood more than anybody else, when your communities are failing and ratchet as a mother, when the education system in the inner city communities, primarily in black communities, are dismal, when y'all voting at 90% for one candidate and still lost in a landslide victory, historic landslide victory, when your murder rate amongst intraracial conflict is far beyond anybody else's, when the incarceration rate is where it's at, when the obesity rate, heart disease, diabetes, you name it, is running rampant amongst African Americans in this country, when you got all this going against you and you think this okay, if you don't change, you are going to be irrelevant.
That is the realest. I got chills. I got chills. Brother Brandon giving me chills, man. That is some real shit. Excuse my language, but I got the curse. That is some real shit, bro. And I tell you, a lot of people are starting to wake up and understand that. I'm telling you, people are starting to understand. And I keep telling you, man, our community, our people keep shooting themselves in the foot. Shooting themselves in the foot, man. Play victim, make excuses. We kill each other. I'm telling you. We tear down communities. And that's real, man. But what they call us,
so
Uncle Ruckus,
they just launched a merch site.
Sell out. You're against your people. No, we're just being real. This is what we're reporting on what's actually happening, and a lot of these people see it going on in real time. They're like, man, this community has went like this. Man, I can't send my son and daughter to that school because the school is just a terrible place. I have neighborhoods and communities and schools like that over here where I live in Texas, in Houston. It's real, man. Like, we knew, that's a very, very, very bad area. Is that what goes on? But I'm not gonna be on here at all. Y'all know how I feel about this. I know how a lot of you guys feel. But seeing that father being walked out like that, man, you know, it just, it didn't sit with me well, man. You know, it didn't sit with me well. Here's the clip again, the full clip. Said you're doing your job. Sorry for your loss. Thank you so much. You're just doing your job. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, family.